Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Greta, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm gonna be guiding you through a quick 10-minute standing series today. This is for when you don't have a lot of time, you wanna feel a little bit of burn, maybe get your heart rate a little bit elevated, so we'll get right to it. You don't need any props for class today, and we're actually gonna begin standing. So it's great if you have a mat, if not, just find yourself standing wherever you may be. Take a moment to pause here, maybe coming up to your tippy toes, taking a big breath in. And then as you exhale, just dropping your heels down, let your shoulders shake. Starting to just land in your body, shifting your weight forward and back, spreading all 10 of your toes, and really feeling your feet rooted down to the ground. If it feels okay for you, maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes, and intuitively, maybe hands come to body, one hand to the abdominals, one hand to the chest. Take a moment to really just feel the length of your spine from the crown of the head to the heels of the feet. And we'll just begin today by manipulating our breath a little bit here, taking an inhale through the nose. Feel the chest rise. And as you exhale, shush breath as you press your stale air out. Shh. Take another inhale through the nose, past the throat, past the chest into the ribs. They expand evenly, all sides like a balloon. And then exhale, shush breath, you press it out. Shh. Couple more times, inhale past the throat, past the chest, into the abdominals. Feel the belly rise on your inhale. And then as you exhale, feel the sides of waist squeeze in, shush breath, shh. You press all your stale air out, muscle wraps around bone. Final time, inhaling past the throat, past the chest, past the abdominals, into the pelvic floor, space between pubic bone and tailbone gets a little broader. And as you exhale, like you're zipping, walking into cold water, it's an up and in motion as you press that stale air out. We'll do that one more time. Big breath in. And as you exhale, bringing the hands down to the sides, palms facing forward, blinking your eyes open if they were closed. We're gonna find ourselves facing one edge of the mat, the short edge of the mat, or one side of the room, wherever you may be. Let's take a moment here, and we're just gonna find a gentle little pelvic rock. So hands can come to the hip bones, and as you inhale, try to keep your rib cage nice and still. You're simply gonna arch your lower back as you tilt the pelvis, and then as you exhale, can you gently tuck your tailbone as you scoop the abdominals, bringing the pubic bone to tip towards your navel. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, you arch the back, and then as you exhale, scoop the abdominals, trying to keep the rib cage isolated. It's a little harder standing. We'll take one more full breath in, gently arching the lower lumbar spine. And then as you exhale, coccyx curl as you gently tuck the tailbone, bringing the pubic bone towards your navel. As you inhale, find a neutral spine. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, we're just gonna send the bum back into a nice squat. So imagine there's a chair behind you. You're hinging from the hips. The spine is long, the chest is proud, feeling nice and even weight through all four corners of each foot. We're gonna start with the left side today. So left leg is gonna be our stabilizing leg. Keep the chest nice and low as you take one giant stride with the right toes to the back of the mat. Beautiful. So you're nice and high on your right tippy toes. Can you tilt the chest slightly forward, gaze to the ground? Feel this long line of energy from the heel all the way through the crown of the head as you start to feel that left leg firing up, getting nice and stable through your left leg. Now, from here, as you inhale, can you reach your arms alongside the ears without reaching from the shoulders? I want you to think about reaching from the armpits, settling your shoulders down the back. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, shush breath, right toes are gonna tap underneath the right hip, hands squeeze down to the hips, elbows go high and back. We'll do that again really slow. Inhale, right leg reaches back, left knee stays bent and still. And then as you exhale, shush breath, you draw those right toes in. Let's speed that up. Inhale, reach for 2. Exhale, go, draw it in. One more slow, reach for 2. Exhale, you draw it in even faster. You go reach, exhale, you go reach, exhale, shoulders down the back, exhale, good. Your left knee stays in line with the left heel, 8. And last 6, last 4, last 3, last 2. Right leg stays long right here. Hold that right leg long. Take one hand to the belly, one hand to the lower lumbar spine. Now your left knee stays bent in line with your heel. Your chest is nice and forward. Can you start to lean your weight slightly forward as you get even lighter off of your right toes? And then see how it would feel for you today to lift your right toes 1 inch off the mat. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. One more time. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Now the hands where they are is to ensure that you're not rocking too much through the pelvis. You're trying to keep your pelvis neutral. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. A little faster. You go up and tap. You go lift and lower. Last 4. Keep breathing. Last 3. You're going to hold it lifted. 2. You hold it lifted here. Can you pulse your left knee down an inch? Lower and lift for 3 and lift. So small. It's 2. Keep breathing. Last 1. Now tap your right toes down and pause. You're going to pivot to the long edge of your mat. Right heel is still lifted off the ground. Both legs are straight. Now your toes are slightly out, your heels are turned slightly in. We're gonna reach the arms wide, elbows soft, shoulders down the back. Now we're gonna find a plie today, starting to bend the knees as you take the knees over your second toes. Now I'm gonna rotate to the side so I can show you a little bit of a difference here. So right heel is still lifted. I want you to think about your pelvis being stacked with your chest, chest being stacked with your head. We're not finding a sumo squat where the bum is all the way out. Okay, so everything is nice and stacked. Keep pressing your thighs back. We're gonna find a little pulse right here. Let's go for 4. You're pulsing here for 3. You're pulsing here for 2. You're pulsing here at 1. Now, listen carefully. You're gonna keep the right heel off the mat. You're gonna rotate your chest towards your left thigh, your stabilizing leg. Keep your chest low as you find a little split squat. Right knee comes halfway down to the ground. Double pulse. You go. Rotate and pulse. You go forward, double pulse. Here 4 and You got 3 and You got 2 and You got 1. Long edge of the mat. Hold. Little pulse. Little pulse. Switch heels. Go switch and switch. You're here for 4. Keep breathing. You can. It's 3. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. It's 2. Keep breathing. Last 1. Drive to stand, legs long. Great job. Let's find ourselves once again facing the top of the mat. Take a little reset, rolling the shoulders, dropping the heels a few times, and then feet hip distance apart once again. Maybe hands come to your own hip flexors. You're gonna send your bum back in space. Spine long, chest proud. Beautiful. Right leg is gonna be your stabilizing leg now. So from here, lift your left heels off the mat, left heel, singular. Take a big step with the left toes all the way to the back of the mat. We set ourselves up in our base. Right knee is bent in line with the heel. Chest is forward. Long line of energy from the heel way through the crown of the head. Feel that oppositional force, that reach from each direction. Now, as you inhale, arms reach alongside the ears, shoulders down the back. You're reaching from the armpits. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, left toes underneath left hip. You go in for 2. Inhale, you reach 2 counts. Exhale, go shh. Inhale, reaches long. Exhale, shush breath, go shh. Inhale, reaches long. Little faster, 1 count. Exhale, go shh. And in. Go shh. Inhale, reach. Exhale, shh. And reach. Exhale, go shh. 8 more. You got 8. You got 7. Keep going. Last 6. You're almost there. It's 5. Good. Last 4. Left leg stays long in 3. You hold it long in 2. You hold it long right here. Hold here long. 1 hand to the belly, 1 hand to the lumbar spine. Shift your weight forward. You're so light on your left toes. Now from here, how would it feel to lift your left toes up and tap? Don't rock that pelvis and tap. You're here for 8. Keep breathing. You got 7. Length through left leg. It's 6. Keep breathing. You got 5. Almost there. It's 4. It's 3. It's 2. Left leg stays lifted and hold. Can you bend your right knee down an inch, up an inch? Exhale, shh, and lift. You're here for 3. Stable through the right leg. It's 2. Yes, you can. Last 1. Good. Tap your left toes down to the ground. You're going to pivot to the long edge of your mat. Your left leg is still lifted. Turning to face you. That left heel is off the ground. The toes are out. The heels are in. Arms are going to reach long. Drop your tailbone straight down. Think about keeping that bum not out, but slightly in. Good. Head is stacked over heart. Heart is stacked over hips. Good. Now let's find that little pulse. You go, pulse, and pulse. Left heel off the ground. Soft elbows here for 4. It's 3. It's 2. Hold still at 1. You're going to pivot towards your right knee, rotating your chest to face towards the front or the back of your mat, and you're going to find a little pulse in this split squat. Little pulse and pulse. Rotate long. Double pulse here for 4. And shh. You got 3. And shh. You got 2. Last one, hold here. Let's switch the heels. Go switch and switch and switch. 4 more counts. It's 4, it's 3, it's 2. Both heels to the ground. Hold. You're gonna press your knees back without flaring the ribs. Exhale, go and 4 counts. You're almost done. It's 4, it's 3, it's 2, it's 1. Big breath in, reach up. As you exhale, heels pivot out, forward fold over your thighs. Give your head a little shake, yes, little shake, no. If you have time to stretch, encouraging you to take a little stretch, a little pause. Otherwise, that's where I'll leave us today. Thanks for being here. Have a great day.